Okay, so this is the instance of Mantis or Mantis, whatever, bugcracker running within this virtual machine. It's just plug and stuck Apache and PHP and stuff like that. And I've preloaded it with a small, I'd say, teeny collection of our own bugs. So there's like 300 issues in our bug tracker, not that much. Well, I guess we do more bugs, just not all of them get cracked. And the issue with this instance is that first, for instance, is that actually it uses just simple SQL-like searching, and if you're searching for anything except a single keyword, it is doing well rather poor job. First of all, I do remember there definitely was an issue in our bug system that had to do something with log rotation. I specify log rotating in the filter. I can't look up anything. I change the order of the words. Well, come on, no luck again. Also, I patched Mantis a bit, so it would also display the total query time in addition to the amount of queries. So, okay, we want to hack this. We want to implement well, real-world searching instead of something simple like. So, how do we do that? I never hacked Mantis before. Did you? So, what's this forms? What does this form say? Okay, so we know there's search and a calendar. Okay, let's try to look it up. Oops, no luck. Why? What do we do? What do we do? Let's try something else, something from the page. Its input type equals text size equals 16. Maybe we can look this up in the templates. Oh, great, we can. And the first file we need is core filter API.php and PHP, sir. Well, I didn't write that. Not me, not my name here. But yes, this is indeed the location where Mantis does all the searching. Well, let's quickly glance through it. What's it do? Clearly, it fetches something of the request, it builds an insane where clause, and it builds an insane join clause, it references a bunch of fields in a bunch of different tables, bug text table. Boring. Let's look at the schema. So it mentions t-bug text table. And this table actually refers to something like this. T-bug text table. So there's an ID, there's a description, there's all that stuff associated with the bug, actually with the bug description. And there's also a bug table. If you dive real deep into Mantis code, it doesn't. Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any real text except for the summary. All the other text that you see in Mantis is stored in some other tables. Which ones exactly is, you should be able to look that up in the code. I did. Now, just 1 more minute spending on browsing PHP code. It does build the query, it goes into passes over something. What's it do? It fires 2 queries. One query is doing the join, the query with joins and wheres and all that stuff we previously built. The other just pulls the issues from a bug table by ID. Well, we can already search by ID, I suppose, by simply punching the ID within the URL box, so we're not really interested in that. And the key point is here is that there's a line that clearly indicates that all that fuzz above, all that junk above, just pulls a huge array of IDs of the database. Great. That's exactly what Sphinx can easily do for you. So don't worry, I won't write a page in real time, I prepared it up front. It's not real huge, you'll need an API, and I've made a global variable that controls whether we use their internal searcher or our own one. And I hope on that variable I add like what? 5 significant lines of the code that just create a client, set limits, because, well, you just might have a bit more bugs than just 300. Fire a query and extract the IDs array and oh, and that's it. Okay, let's apply it. Success. In addition to pitching the code, we'll also need an instance of Sphinx running. Again, to save us a couple of minutes of time, we'll configure real quick. And I'll run make install real quick if you please. Warnings, errors, none. Great. That was 95 seconds squeezed into 3 seconds. And after our real quick configure and make, we have this instance of Sphinx here. And this is the directory, this is the folder where it stashes its configuration files and, documents. Oopsie, we have Monty's bug table, Monty's bug text table, all that stuff. Well, this is by far the trickiest part, I believe, because you would have to go into the specific location within your application that does the actual searching and check out what simple search, right? No. Hell, yes. What tables is it actually referring to? What tables is it touching? What fields do you need to fetch? But in the end of the day, you definitely should be able to transform this PHP code to a configuration file that just pulls all the required data of your database. Something a bit more simple. Everything else except the SQL query is actually stuck. I mean, just from the tarball, no changes. So the only thing I did change was the SQL query part. I made it pull all the data from all those tables that Mantis uses to store its bug data. That's it, we have a configuration file now. Real quick again. We need to build the index. What the? Oh, it asks for an index name. What the? Oh, 300 documents. Yeah, that should be quick. And we fire the search daemon, and we did already patch the code, and the winner is, I bet it is going to fail now. Yay! It did! Oh right, and I forgot to copy the API file. I used the native API to access search daemon, but I didn't actually copy the file. Let's do it. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, no bug again. Why? We do have an issue about vulgarization. Well, I believe the issue here is that Sphinx by default only uses, well, exact mention. It doesn't do any morphology. Let's add some English stemming here and rebuild the index and update it and bum 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 bum. Oops, no luck again. Maybe we should just restart everything. actually, I did prepare a test query, but unfortunately, by this time I totally forgot what was the query. So. Still no luck. Well, I suppose stemming actually works a bit different here. Or maybe still no luck. What the? Oh, I think I know. Oh, I think I know. There's this use Sphinx variable, right? Oh, false! Oh, bad batch. Real bad batch. Pum 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 pum. Pum 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 pum. Hooray! Okay, but that was the part about what we call relevance, right? We just put our keywords and we enable stemming and we enable morphology, and we are now finally able to look up the issue by using the keywords that actually relate to the issue instead of just using SQL-like and frantically trying to recall what was the exact substring that I saw back then when I was looking at the issue. I need to fix it now. I have 1 million bugs in my Bugzilla instance. But there's also a question of performance, right? And let's quickly show what Sphinx can do about that. I wrote a simple script in PHP again. Sorry. That simply replicates all the bugs, simply clones all the bugs and also clones all the bug text. Let's run it.
How many are we going to have?
I don't know, maybe 80,000, something like that. We'll check. Oh, this is it. Yeah, 80,000. And we'll just, no, we need this. We'll just switch Sphinx off again, this time intentionally, and try to do something. Oh, it's done in just a second. Forever given query. Nice. Nice. Oh, and it doesn't fight anything. Nice. Nice. I don't have to work on that bug anymore. But unfortunately, my manager forces me to, so let's try to enable Sphinx and enable Sphinx back. And as you see, as you might have noticed, back when the database was small, we were spending like 50 milliseconds on the query, just 0.05 seconds. So all the overheads, all the 1 second, 1/11th of a second overheads are actually coming from the full text query, from the light query run executed against the ATKRO database. So it's most of the time here was spent trying to search. Okay, we enabled Sphinx again. Yes, we did. And no, I just fixed the application. The Sphinx is running all this time. Okay, it's a bit faster now. It still does find something, but obviously because I cloned the database, something went wrong. We have just 5 issues here, and I cloned the database like 128 times. Something went wrong. Oh yeah, I need to remove the index. Oh yeah, it's locked, I need to rotate. Oh, it's slow. Okay, that's the laptop. Time to get some sleep. But not much sleep, 13 seconds. Too slow, it was 9 seconds the previous run. Refresh. And the search time is... Okay, it's still .07 seconds. Well, a bit better than 1 full second that we saw before with MySQL-like. We saw all those clones now, the attack of the clones. We were able to find our issue using the keywords we need to. the numbers do add up, and we might even have a bit of time left for the questions. Shoot, that's it. Shoot the questions. Or maybe shoot the suggestions. Maybe we should implement something else while we have the time.
Did you submit this to Mantis maintainers?
To who?
The maintainers of Mantis.
No, why? The page is crappy. Though, then again, most of the codebase, but let's not touch the subject.
Do you handle plurals and verb tenses?
You handle what?
Plural words and verb tenses.
Well, I don't actually go deep into the language analysis. I just enabled stemming for this one. It just uses poor stemming that cuts the suffixes and reduces the words to their normal forms. But it cuts the ing suffix, es suffix, stuff like that. So it reduces both rotation and rotate to a similar normal form that I believe is rotat without the equivalent e. And this is how I was able to look up rotation by rotate keyword. So it's just poor stemming.
Does this explanation you find Mac?
Well, not necessarily. That depends on the stemmer. And moreover, you can add an exceptions file. So create a small exceptions file like this, wordforms.txt nation. I don't want this to be mapped to net, right? I add an exception, I add an explicit word mapping for that, I fix my configuration file and specify that besides morphology we have a word forms file. I will go to the index. Okay, we're almost done. Now, keep forgetting the rotate option. This is it. Nation won't be stemmed anymore and won't match net. Yep.
Well, so you have that rotate option. What would be your next couple of recommendations to deploying this? Because you want to automate the process of as new bugs are created, they eventually get indexed for searchability. There's the main plus delta suggestions. What would be the next couple of steps?
Well, I guess in this case, because it reveals the entire index in like 10 seconds, and mind you, this is a laptop, and as far as I remember, the CPU doesn't even support virtualization. I just, in this particular instance, I just rebuild the database every single minute or so, or maybe, I'd alter the schema and the timestamp field so that I would be able to pick the bugs that were recently changed or touched, and only rebuild those.
But you're probably then calling that from inside of a cron job?
Yep. You need to set up. Yeah, you definitely will need to set up a cron job that well, pulls the additional pulls the recently changed data and rebuilds the index. Questions? Time questions? Sure.
Geo distance search is enabled, right? In Sphinx?
Yes, it is.
What's the speed like compared to full text search?
Compared to?
Compared to a distance search.
I still didn't get it.
You were saying that with more and more records,
Yeah.
the speed was still really fast to search.
Well, last time I benchmarked, it was able to compute about 2 million distances per second or something like that. So it actually depends on the number of matches you're getting. Because if your full text search is coming up with just 1,000 matches, it will instantly compute the distance and additionally filter on the distance or sort by that, and you're all set. If your full text search returns a few million matches, then yes, it's going to honestly compute the geo distance for all of them, and that's going to be a bit slow. But okay, any more questions?
Is there a built-in mechanism for index replication if you want to have multiple search keys running to only build one index?
You normally don't want multiple searches running on a single machine. If you do need multiple search deals running on different machines, it's all flat files, right? So this is actually the index data, 42 megs of something. And you can simply move out the indexing phase to the other machine, then rsync these files to those other machines, then rename them to something like .new.spa, then send hub to indexer, then send hub to search z, and you will pick them up, you're done.
How do you filter on integer attributes? Are you building indexes on those, or?
I am specifying the attributes in the. I can specify the attributes in the query. Well, for the sake of example, let's just specify the bug ID as the attribute is done like that. And the next time I'll rebuild this index, I'll be able to filter or group by or sort by bug ID.
But internally, are you building some kind of index for the integers, or are you doing just brute
Well, if you call a flat file that's sorted by ID and index, then yes, it's an index. Otherwise, it's just a flat file, but sorted flat files, so I can quickly look up stuff by ID. Well, actually, in fact, it does have a block index inside, but I believe that's a bit out of scope. Just catch me in the lobby. Questions? Okay, the guys from Percona have a question about the time. Time. Okay.